Hi class, I'd like to introduce you to my multimedia project where I will cover 3 theories: the panic button effect, catharsis theory, and social facilitation theory. Before we begin, let me introduce you to social psychology. When you think of social psychology, think of the ABCs. A for affect, meaning emotion, B for behaviors or people's actions, and C for cognition, meaning thoughts. In social psychology, we study how the ABCs are all interconnected and impact one another. Because social psychology is a science, it's not based on guesses or hunches. We can study theories which are well-supported research explanations for observations and how they are linked together. The first theory I'd like to discuss is the panic button effect, which proposes that when people believe they have the option of controlling or escaping a situation, they have a lesser amount of stress or distress even if they do not utilize their options. This theory, while not altogether too complex, is interesting because it helps explain why people may put up with things. It sheds light on why someone would tolerate something less than desirable. Additionally, the panic button effect contributes to the idea that humans desire freedom and want to control their own lives. The panic button effect goes hand in hand with the self-determination theory, which explains that people feel a need to make choices without external influence, but rather based on their free will. In my own life, I can apply the panic button effect based on a scenario that recently happened at work. I work in a fairly small department with only 7 people, and a few months ago, 2 people went on maternity leave at the same time, and while they were gone, their work was dispersed between all of the remaining team members. While I did experience some stress from the added workload, my supervisor had stated that if I was getting behind in my work, I could inform my clinical directors that I would not be answering emails unless they were urgent and only could work on tasks I really needed to complete. Basically, I was allowed to tell a portion of the staff members that were relying on me that I was not going to be available for the day. This was essentially my panic button. I had the option of setting aside some of my responsibilities if they became too much for me. Even though I didn't end up making the choice to send out a notice that I would not be available for the day, I felt more comfortable bearing through the added stress of the bigger workload because I knew I had the option to escape. The second theory I will be discussing is the catharsis theory, which proposes that releasing tension or anger by expressing the emotion has a positive impact on a person because it reduces the feeling of aggression. This theory stems from the idea that anger is like a pressure cooker which builds up over time. I hope you learned about some really interesting theories in social psychology and can apply them to your own life. Thanks for watching. Bye.